Hi everyone, welcome. This week is a very powerful and interesting week. The Zohar of this week, it's Zohar Mishpatim. As we know, as we study in Kabbalah, the Kabbalists explain, and also the Zohar explain, we're going to read the verse from the Zohar, that those are the sentences, the Mishpatim. Mishpatim, it's like trials, but also sentences in Hebrew, Mishpat, when you write in a sentence, or sentences, right? So those are the sentences that you put in front of them. And we know the Zohar explained this is the energy of reincarnation. So from one hand, we have the opportunity to connect with different things we did in the past. And of course, they come in back to us to correct them, to remove the empty space. And from the other hand, we can elevate our consciousness to a higher level of consciousness for us to want to see what we came here to correct. Okay, so one, the universe can show us, but on the other hand, we need to have the desire to want to see it in order for me to work on it and to correct it. So let's connect today, maybe with one point that we can concentrate at. I'm going to read a verse from the Zohar, and we're going to start to talk about it and to explain. So it says in the beginning of the Zohar, it's verse number 1, Zohar Mishpatim. It says, פתח רבי שמעון ואמר, ואלה המשפטים אשר תשים לפניהם, תרגום, ואילן דיניה תסדר קודמהון, אילן אינון סידורין דגלגולה, דינין דנשמתין דתדנו כל חד וחד לקובל עונשה. So it says here, Rabbi Shimon opening says that those are the sentences that you will put in front of them. What does it mean? The Zohar says those are the order of the reincarnation. Ilen Sidud Gilgula, like the judgments of the souls. Where the soul is going to upper world, and the soul go through a trial, and they checking what the soul is supposed to do here. What was the mission of the soul, and how much of that mission the soul fulfill? And whatever it didn't fulfill, then there are different, either like, depend on the trial, if the soul need to come back or not, but also they call it the punishment that the soul need to go through. It means like the soul need to go through transformation also in the upper world. It means like through cleansing, to remove some of, the empty spaces and the klipot. If it's enough, so the soul, can continue in the journey. If it's not enough, sometimes, as we know, we are here, so they bring in the soul back to earth, back to the Malchut, to do the correction. So the Zohar continuing saying in verse number 2, it says that this is the time to reveal few secrets about reincarnation. Few secrets. Because it says you should buy a slave, a Hebrew, like a slave. It says Ivri. Ivru, it's like Hebrew. Back then it'd been called Ha'ivrim, right? So it says you should buy a slave, Ivri. So, but what does it mean? It says as well. It says, when the soul come here down to earth to do the correction, reincarnate again. One, it can be because the soul did, a lot of short circuit that the soul didn't correct while the soul been here on earth. So that's one of the reasons. One, because the soul didn't complete the connection with the Torah and the precepts. This is what the Zohar mentioned here. So then they enforcing the soul to come here, to come back to this world, and to get dressed in a body, again in a body, and to come and to be born and to complete the mission that the soul have in 70 years that the soul lives on earth. Now we know the Ari explained that there is another reason that the soul can come back. There are some souls that the Creator sending down to earth to teach us, to help us. There are different righteous souls and sages that the Creator sent in here to help us to learn how we can cleave ourselves to the Creator, how we can cleave ourselves and use the knowledge of Kabbalah, the knowledge of the Torah, knowledge of Tree of Life, in order for us to have to download the blessings that we're supposed, each one of us supposed to download to his life and to the world. You know, when we discover in secrets, when we, you know, removing the veil and we receiving a secret, or you're receiving, let's say, a vision, right? So many times, you know, we have it and we feel like, oh, you know, I'm the only one that see it. But right now, because of me, right, because of the person that make the effort, and now he download that information from the upper world, now he create an opening. So it means, if let's say he receive an idea, amazing idea, to open a company, to help people, even a formula for healing, something like that. And if he doesn't act upon it, you know, he need to know that now there is an opening in the cosmos. So anyone now can type into that consciousness because of him. He makes the effort. So sometimes, you know, we can receive messages if we do nothing about it. Suddenly you hear someone in different country, suddenly it says he invent this and that. And we said, oh my God, you know, I received this message like a year ago. Yeah, I received it, but this guy, he acted upon it and he manifested. So many times, you know, we can receive messages, but if we're not manifesting it, someone else can manifest it. So, you know, the light giving us messages and ideas and for us to manifest. But if not, we need to know it now it's open. And there is a beautiful story. One of the students at the time of the Ari, so he was, you know, he was a righteous person. And it was, you know, he have some question that he asked, you know, when he studied the Torah and the Zohar, and he want to know the answer. And day and night he's praying, begging, doing like different type of fast, different type of mikveh, you know, just to reduce as much as he can the desire to receive oneself alone, to receive the answer from the upper world. And, you know, one night he received the answer. He received the answer. He was so excited, you know, now I have the answer. I can teach it to my students, to my class. And he's so excited, he's going, you know, to the class and he teaching, and then he asked the question. As he asking the question, one of the students raised his hand. Yes, please. He didn't, you know, think that someone will know the answer. And suddenly the student saying the answer. He was so devastated. You know, after he finished the class, he left, you know, and he thinking about himself, oh, what's going on with me? I'm not good enough, you know, I'm supposed to be their teacher. How come I'm doing all of this work, you know, to receive the answer? I might be like in lowest level, and he's my student, he know the answer just like that. What's going on? All those negative thoughts. While he's walking in the street of Tzfat, the Ari is coming toward him. And the Ari always see him, and he already know like what's going on in his mind. You know, the Ari can read everything. And the Ari say, hello, how are you? What's going on with you? He said, no, it's okay. No, he was so embarrassed, and he was shamed, you know, so he didn't want right now, he was in shock, you know, so he didn't want right now to tell the Ari. So no, and the Ari insists, please show him what's going on. So he said, you know, that's what happened to me. And the Ari told him, okay, let me tell you the real story. You know, the work that you did, actually, it was amazing work, because the answer wasn't here before you revealed it. So all the work and the effort that you made in that past week or so, you've been able to open the gates to receive that answer. But you need to know that because you opened the gate, now everyone can type into the answer. But you need to know that it was your work. So you need to be happy. And that actually helped him to understand like really what's going on. So when we receive in messages, yes, it can come through my vessel, according to my correction, according to what I need to do with it. But I need to know, you know, I received it, but I have the merit also to bring it down to earth, because everything, it doesn't belong to us. Everything belongs to the Creator. So I can take it to my ego, or I can take it in a way, you know what, I've been a channel to download, because of my effort, to download it to the world. Now, one of the things we need to pray in Kabbalah, and while we're scanning the Zohar, when we doing Shabbat or holidays or Ana B'Koach or whatever we're doing, 7 terms of God, we're making those connections and prayers. We should pray and meditate also that all the scientists, all the doctors, all those people that have positions in the world will receive the answers how to help humanity, how to save people from pain and suffering, how to find different cures for different things, mental disease, physical disease, but really stuff that really will help people, not just to put more drugs in the system and to create different problems. No, to receive the message from the light, to give those people energy of the Creator without creating another problem. When the light helping us specifically to that problem. The light doesn't want to help us here and to create another problem. No, that's not really a help. Just to move the pain to a different area. So when we're talking about healing, I want to heal. That's it. No more pain and suffering. Okay? So we need to pray to all of those people that kind of in the world, that they have a lot of influence in the world, that people look at them as the leaders of whatever countries. We need to meditate and to pray that they will connect with the light and will receive the right answers from the Creator, really to help humanity in a good, in a balanced and positive way. And then the Zohar says, the Zohar continues and says that each soul come from different level, and each soul connect with a different level. Now, something that we want to connect this week, and of course take this energy for the entire year, because each soul comes from different place and different level. One of the things we need to keep in mind, we can't judge others. We can't judge ourselves. We can't fall into that illusion of have that, I want to call it negative jealousy. Negative jealousy, because there is good jealousy and there is negative jealousy. Most of the time we are in the negative jealousy. Oh, look at him, he have this, he have that, he doesn't study Kabbalah, and he have the blessing, Satan is messing with our consciousness about the negative jealousy. Then we're wasting our time, we're actually creating evil eye to the person, we're not creating any opening for us, we're blocking us, blocking him, blocking the world. So many negativity we're creating just by that. But positive jealousy, it means I see someone as a role model, and I say, I want to be like that, but I'm pushing myself to do something because now he motivates me. I'm not just thinking about it and get upset and angry or sad and just talking all day long about it. I'm thinking he actually helped me by what he's doing to take action. So now that's positive jealousy, because I want to be like that, but I'm doing something about it, not whining. Okay. So one of the things we want to connect this week and take it with us, something that will help us. We don't want to waste time. And again, wasting of time, it's here. I want to ask from the Creator, I want to focus my energy for the reason I came to the world. Instead of dealing with other people, what they do, they don't do, what this soul they're doing, what this soul doesn't do, levels, different things, there are so many things in reincarnation that we don't understand. We don't even try to understand. This is the work of the Creator, of the light. Why all of the things working in that way, okay? I want to focus my energy to do my job. So I don't want to waste my time. So I can't also judge myself. I don't want to judge myself. Because the level that my soul came from, I need to bring myself to be the best version of myself from the level of the soul I received to do my spiritual work. And each soul needs to do its spiritual work in that level. So imagine what can happen if we concentrate to do each one his own work. Yes, we look outside. I want to learn from everyone how it can support and help me to change. So instead of wasting my time about who is doing what or who is doing, doesn't do, I want to receive that understanding, but spiritual understanding, that I came from a certain level and I have certain correction to do. But really, I want to understand it. And I want to start to see, in a spiritual, in a physical, in a spiritual world. I want to look at the physical world and to see it with my physical eyes and with my spiritual eyes. I want to connect them together. Physical eyes and spiritual eyes create a certain column. Then I can see what the messages the light have for me, for my soul, for my part of correction of where I came from, what I need to do. And yes, through people, through situations, through music, movies, books, study, prayers, meditations, everything. The light is talking to us all the time. So that time of reincarnation, the portion of Mishpatim, all of those reincarnations that we went through, and right now it's one of our reincarnation, we want to ask to elevate our consciousness and really to have that spiritual understanding that every day it's part of me being reincarnated, but what I'm doing, it's like I'm paying for, or I'm correcting things from past life. So many times we fall to that delusion, no, it's something new, it's not new. King Solomon says, nothing is new under the sun. It just, that situation came toward me to fix it, to correct it, because I came to fix it. Because past life, I didn't fix it. So I think it's new. But it's already old. There's nothing new under the sun. So if I can have that understanding, but really not the mental understanding, I'm talking about the real understanding, the spiritual understanding, ask from the light to have it. Really, I want to see everything that happens during the day. It's really show me what my part, the level my soul came from, what I came to complete, to accomplish. What is my work? Okay? So, B'ezras Hashem, I hope I was clear about that point, because it's very, very, I think for me, it's a very powerful point and very important point, because we have, with all of that noise that we have right now in the world, a lot of noise. The media and the iPhones and movies and problems, and there is so much like noise, we can lose, the why we came here. And we need to have the desire to focus our energy. And if we do what we're supposed to do, then we, downloading more blessings from the light of the Creator, we can remove that energy of negativity and the pain and suffering from the world. So we should concentrate to do our spiritual and unique spiritual work, okay? So let's open our mics and share blessings and Shabbat Shalom with each other. I see we have 10 people. We are minyan. That's
Shabbat
cool.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you,
Shabbat Shalom.
teacher.
Shalom,
Shabbat
shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
you, Michael.
Thank you
Bye-bye,
so
everybody.
much.
Bye-bye.
Shalom.
Shabbat
Thank you,
Shalom.
thank you.